like a dreamer. Fly all over the world. Open your shut so the world can see. You're a beautiful pearl. Live your day like you mean it. And don't forget who you are. You're free to go anywhere. There's no distance too far. And I just can't get enough of your energy. I just can't get enough. You're the spark shining in the dark. Oh, 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 love.
Welcome to It Is What It Is with Cindy Seville. I am so excited you're here today. I'm excited for you every week. It Is What It Is a show all about real people, telling real life stories, overcoming adversity, and inspiring others through sharing their stories. So let's get right into mitzvah time. What's the mitzvah? Hashtag mitzvah time. Let's start a movement. Hashtag mitzvah time. A mitzvah is a good deed. And it's amazing that so many of you who aren't even Jewish know what a mitzvah is now and are calling me or emailing me and telling me about different mitzvahs that they do, or mitzvot, many mitzvahs. I'm going to share one that Donna sent me recently. Donna was in a store, and there was a lady right behind her that wasn't looking too happy, an elderly woman, kind of looking sad. Well, Donna went ahead and bought her a bouquet of roses and turned around and said, "Here, these are for you. You look like you need to smile." And the woman she said her smile was huge. She was beaming, and she grabbed Donna, hugged her, thanked her, and said, "You really made my day." And I mean, how much did a bouquet of roses or flowers, cost? Not that much. And look at the impact it made on this woman's life, and look how good Donna felt. Donna said she was beaming. She was floating all day. So that's a mitzvah, taking that frown and turning it upside down and making someone's day. And Donna, you did a beautiful job there. That's a special mitzvah. I would love for all of you to send me your mitzvahs, okay? Email me, you could text me, call me, whatever. I would love to share your mitzvahs on the show. Now, giveaway. This week we have my book, I Am, and this is a book all about the beauties of diversity, how being different is beautiful, embracing yourself as you are, loving yourself as you are. We are all different, we are all special, and we are all unique. And the sooner we can all learn to appreciate and embrace that about ourselves, the better this world will be also. So this is the book. The only way to win is to comment, like, and share. And the more times you comment, like, and share the show, the more chances you have of winning my book, the giveaway. Now, when we come back from this commercial break, you're going to meet 4 lovely people. You're going to meet Joe McNeil. And Joe McNeil is an accomplished, award-winning writer, producer, and director. He's an actor. And he has a documentary that we're going to talk about. Michael Burks. And Michael Burks is a pilot who partakes in the something called Angel Flights. And Maya Toon, and actually, Michael Burks' wife is going to join us a little later in the show, Kiyomi. She is an Earth Angel, and she does the driving. And Maya Toon is a fabulous 19-year-old girl who utilizes the services that we're going to talk about. So when we come back from this commercial break, don't go anywhere. You're going to meet the 4. We'll see you in a minute.
Silvermine at Home, a Connecticut-based non-medical home care agency servicing Connecticut and parts of New York. Silvermine caters to their clients' needs while offering peace of mind to their families so their loved one can age in place and live their best life possible. Call today to see how they can make a difference in you or your loved one's life. Our family caring for yours. Visit silvermineathome.com or call 203-228-5007.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is with Cindy Seville. I have three fabulous guests here for you to meet today. We have Joe McNeil, Michael Burks, and Maya Toon. Welcome, all three of you. Welcome to It Is What It Is.
Hello.
Nice to see
Hi.
you.
So where are you all from? Michael, where are you from?
Originally from Southern California, and after the riots burned down my store, I decided that there was more to life and came to Spokane and meandered around until I finally found Montana.
Wow. Well, that's kind of crazy, those riots, huh?
They were something I'll never
Woo!
forget.
I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. But
It's
you found
actually-
yourself in a good place. See,
Exactly.
things happen the way they're meant to.
Amen.
And then Joe, tell us where you're from.
I'm actually from Frenchtown, Montana. Montana born and raised. Moved around a little bit, but I'm right back in my hometown, which is near Missoula, and just loving Western Montana.
Love it. Love it. I love the accents. And Maya, are you in Montana also?
No, I grew up in Montana, but I moved to Portland last year.
Oh, you did. Very nice. You know, people are probably looking at the screen and wondering, how are the three of you connected? So we're going to talk about that.
Sure.
So I met Joe, and I learned all about your documentary, Joe. And I was just, you know, it was an eye-opening experience to watch it because I knew nothing about what you document in there. And so tell us a little bit about what you did with that documentary, Joe.
Well, the whole thing kind of started a few years back. I actually saw Michael had posted on social media that he started flying for a company called Angel Flight. And I had never heard of it. So I contacted him and said, hey, what is this about? And I actually, at that time, just recently entered the film industry. And when he explained it to me, I said, hey, Michael, what do you think? Maybe we ought to do a documentary about this. We need people to know what this company is all about, and that this is a nationwide organization that we could help promote.
So you already knew each other. You and Michael already knew each other. Prior.
You know, we knew each other, but we didn't know each other well. But now it's like over the past couple years since we've been working on this, it's like we joined a brotherhood.
Yeah.
Well, Joe's leaving out a little tidbit. His son worked for me for about 10 years. We had a Christian bookstore in Missoula, Montana, and he worked for me until he became his own pastor. And right now he's a pastor at Twin Bridges. So it was a great relationship, and it was a great kind of intro for us to trust each other, and just blossomed from there.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is a little tidbit, huh? 10 years.
Yeah.
Joe, how can you forget that? So, Maya, how do you come in the picture here? How did you meet Joe and Michael?
My mom discovered Angel Flight, and then Michael started flying us for Angel Flight, and then we got introduced to Joe through the documentary.
Wonder, well, you are quite a star in that documentary.
She is the star.
I know. I know. So Maya, tell me a little bit about you, if you don't mind. A little bit about your medical history, your medical situation.
I have osteogenesis imperfecta. I was born with it, and that's brittle bones disease. And I've broken probably a couple hundred bones throughout my life.
Wow. Wow. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
I know one broken bone hurts me. Never mind. Wow, a couple of hundred. And how old are you, honey?
19.
Okay, so 19 years old, and you've already broken a couple of hundred bones.
Mhm.
Wow. And so, I mean, when were you diagnosed with this brittle bone disease? I don't know. I can't say the whole word.
I think a little after I was born.
Okay. Okay. And so what is it that you utilize Angel Flights, right? It's called Angel Flight.
Mhm.
What is it that, I mean, why did your mom find this? What was the
Because especially in Montana, you need a lot of specialized medical care that you just don't have. So I had to go pretty long distances to like Seattle or Spokane to get medical treatment.
Okay. And it was far.
Hmm. And painful when you have broken bones and stuff.
You know, that's a good point. All those bumps in the road. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Wow. So, how long have you been utilizing the services?
I think it was 2019, maybe earlier than that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
18. So you got, I love to fly. I actually took flying lessons, and on a Cessna 172, I took about 10 lessons. I was up in the air 10 times, and then I got breast cancer, so I couldn't continue, unfortunately, but I love to fly. What is it like? It feels like, to me, the way I describe it is like you're in a little toy plane. Like you just feel like you're just kind of floating, and it seems kind of surreal. How do you enjoy it? I mean, are you used to it? Were you nervous in the beginning?
I like it. I wasn't too nervous.
Yeah. I heard you fall asleep though in the plane.
Yeah. Not nervous at all, I guess then.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, how often do you go to the hospitals or the doctors? How often do you use these flights?
Not as often anymore, but usually every couple of months.
Okay. All right. Awesome. And how are you feeling? How are you doing with the brittle bone? And do you have any other medical conditions?
I'm doing pretty good. I haven't broken a bone in quite a while, not since like last September. So,
Awesome.
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome. And how do you break the bone? By falling,
It can be like anything. I think when I broke my shoulder last September, it was because I got sick and I was coughing too hard.
Wow.
But it just falling, things like that.
What is it like living with that, though? I mean, can you do regular things like anybody else? I mean, you just have to be a little more careful.
Yeah, I did a lot of regular things as a kid too, like jumping on the trampoline even when I would break my leg.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. Now, how tall are you?
About 4 feet.
Oh, you're a little thing. You're a little thing. Wow. What is it like getting into the plane? Do you have a couple of little extra steps? I know it was hard for me to get in the plane.
Yeah, usually Michael gives me a little lift.
Awesome. Awesome. So, Michael, you and Maya have really created a bond.
Absolutely. And it's still there.
Tell me about that. Yes.
The first time I met her, it was love at first sight. There's nobody out there that I've ever met that has the diseases and the illness and the pain and everything that she has to deal with, and has such an amazing outlook on life. When we were filming the documentary in our home, there was a time where she was asked about her disease and if she's ever angry, if she's ever, jealous of the fact that she doesn't have the normality that, most kids do. And her answer was, hey, people got it worse. And when she said that, we cleared the room because everybody but the cameraman was in tears.
Wow.
That's not found. You look anywhere on social media, if you look anywhere, I lost my keys, FML, like seriously, like you have no idea what it means to actually struggle in life. And the fact that Maya can do it with a smile it's unbelievable. And to this day, I've never met anybody who doesn't complain.
Wow, that's just, I mean, it is, you're right. That's incredible. I had interviewed somebody on my show, Williams syndrome. And you know what he said? I said, what is it like? He says, I love having Williams syndrome because I love who I am. I mean, what a beautiful state. That's basically the same, embracing who you are,
Yep.
And it's not common. You're right. Most people are complaining about everything in life.
Everything. And, when you get into a plane with somebody in the situation, especially with Carly, her mother, who is also had to put her life on hold for the same situation, and both of them have smiles. Both of them embrace life, take the challenges as they come, and then hit it out of the park. Being the pilot in that scenario for an hour and a half at a time, it's contagious. And you get out of the plane, you come home, and you realize that the issues and the problems and the things that you think are a problem are just life. It just comes with waking up every day. And there are people out there that cannot make a decision whether or not, they're hurting or whatever else. So the fact is that once you're in that position with that person, it just runs off. It just your life.
Right. Right. No, it's definitely a beautiful bond that you now share. And I mean, how many flights would you say? How many flights did you make for Maya and with Maya? Would you say? Did you ever count?
What do you think? 10, 15?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a lot. I mean, in the whole scheme of things, it's a lot of times going to the doctor in just 2 to 3 years.
Yes. Oh no, absolutely. And then, I mean, you're flying to save time, to make it more comfortable for Maya. If it was a drive, how long would the drive be? How long is the flight versus the drive?
Just depends on the road conditions. You know, you have a situation where if you're dead of winter in February here, it could be 8 to 10 hours to 3 days to drive to Seattle from here because of Snoqualmie.
Wow.
The risks, the dangers of the ice, deer, texting and driving, everything that comes with driving on the highway is eliminated as we just fly over it.
Wow.
So,
and then how long is the flight typically?
For me, what I do, like the documentary states, is they do a wonderful job of breaking up the legs into smaller flights so that one pilot isn't taking the entire cost of the entire trip. So for me, you know, we'll have a Missoula to Seattle, but I'll meet another pilot in Spokane. So for me, it's 45 minutes, where the driving to Spokane is 3 hours if it's not in the summer with road construction. So between myself and the other pilot, they're there in about 2 to 2.5 hours compared to 8 to 10 hours.
Wow. Yeah, that's. I needed you today.
Right?
A lot of traffic.
Exactly.
There's a lot of New York, Long Island traffic out here, you know.
You know, there's nothing better than flying over Southern California at 5 o'clock at night and seeing a million brake lights and fly right over them.
Right. I can understand that. I can appreciate that. So, Joe, I have a question for you. Do you fly?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah.
You know what? The only time I fly is if Michael is to my left and I'm sitting there and he's getting me there, or if I'm on commercial. But no, I tell you what, I leave it to people like him because I have a lot of other desires in life, and sitting in a plane all the time, I don't know if that's something I could do.
And it's something I strive for. So there you go.
Right. There you go. You know, there's something for everybody. Absolutely.
I mean, I spent $1 million. Actually, I figured it out in 25 years of law enforcement. I spent almost 1 million miles in a car.
Wow. Wow. So law enforcement. Yeah, I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about your background, Joe.
I'm actually retired 25-year deputy sheriff, Western Montana. I was a night shift sergeant at times. And then in 2013, I retired and worked for the federal government for a while. But then I, just through the roundabout way, I was consulting on a movie set for law enforcement practices. And I was working with Rami Malek, who won the Academy Award for Bohemian Rhapsody. And him and another Bruce Bundy, who was in the Hunger Games, talked to me about getting into the acting world. So I looked into it and I thought, you know, this might be something fun to do for retirement. Well, then as I'm getting into it, I met a lady named Galen George, who was one of the most 30, 40 years of entertainment. She worked with ZZ Top, Will Smith, Patrick Swayze. She's been in Star Trek, and one of the most humble, wonderful ladies in the world, who actually was one of them that talked me into doing this documentary because her family does documentaries. And so she was the one that kind of guided me. Unfortunately, 2 years ago, she passed away from cancer. But I lived my entertainment life based on what an amazing mentor she was and helping people, because she worked with children all the time. And so then that's kind of how I worked this out with Michael, that we needed to get this video done to recruit more pilots, because there was such a desperate need for pilots, and to let families know there is the services out there that can help them at a time when they're already getting hit up by all the bills in the world from medical.
Yeah. Oh, I can definitely relate to those medical bills. But no, that's a great point. Stop right there, Joe, because you know what? We're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, there's going to be more from you. So don't go anywhere. When we come back, more from these wonderful three. See you in a few.
you or a loved one need the care of a nursing home? A vibrant community to call home with our healthcare professionals available 24/7? Candlewood Valley Health and Rehabilitation, located in New Milford, Connecticut, has been offering award-winning care for over 40 years. Whether you are rehabilitating from a cardiac procedure or hip replacement, or seeking a place for your loved one to live where he or she can receive top-notch health care, our team is at the ready. We also accept veteran benefits and offer a special secure memory care unit for residents with Alzheimer's or cognitive-related conditions. Call us at 860-355-0971. Candlewood Valley Health and Rehabilitation, a place to heal and thrive.
Welcome to Sunday Dinner with Chef Clemente. This is an all-new show about family cooking, Sunday dinner, things we did as a child, bringing back some memories and some tradition. This is how this dish was born. I'm going to show you that in just a couple of minutes. So, the trick with the meatballs too, when you fry them, you don't want to overcrowd the pan too much. So drizzle, not too much of olive oil right on top of that fish. So, a little flour. A little egg, Cella Luna, Metsumani, everybody drinks some wine. Everybody keep going. Pass them around, everybody eat a little bit. Come on, we gotta dance. Oh my God! Get together, go visit your mother, your sister, your cousin. Bring some pastries, some food, get together, eat, drink, be happy. Who wants some linguine, clams, and pastries?
Welcome back to It Is What It Is with Cindy Saville. I have quite a crew here with us today. We have Joe McNeil, Michael, and Kiyomi. Right, I said that right, Burks. Yes. And Maya Toon. Good, awesome, Maya Toon. Well, we're welcoming Kiyomi. Welcome, Kiyomi. You, I just learned, are an earth angel. So your husband is a wind angel?
Sure. Right. I drive.
An air angel, a wind angel.
Yes. He's on the air and I'm on the ground.
I guess they don't really have a name for me. I'm just the pilot.
Yeah.
So I just gave you a name, I guess.
There you go.
There you go.
So no, thank you for joining us as well. So have you gone on any of the flights with your husband?
Yeah, many of them. And in the beginning, more because we had a bigger plane with more weight capacity, and then we sort of upgraded to faster, smaller planes with less weight capacity. So I've gone on less of the flights, which is a bummer. I would love to go on more. So I'm hoping we can maybe get a tiny bit bigger plane soon. But yeah, it's been a while since I've gone regularly, and I really miss it because, like he said, there's nothing like it, and you form relationships with the families and the kids that you meet like none other.
I do something on my show called Mitzvah Time, and you'll have to watch the other shows. You'll have to watch this one, of course, when it's all done. But a mitzvah is a good deed. I'm Jewish, and a mitzvah is a Hebrew word for a good deed. And what you're doing, a mitzvot are many mitzvahs. So plural, you're doing lots of mitzvot. You are, and a good deed, I say sharing is caring. And, when you do something for someone, it makes you feel that much better. So in helping all those people, the number of mitzvot that you were doing is incredible. I mean, the quality of mitzvot, a mitzvah could be anything from, a kind smile, any kind of good deed, but you guys are picking people up, or I guess you're, Kiyomi, you're driving people. Is that it?
Yeah. But I think we figured out something that's sort of a secret, and some people just don't get it, is that this is selfish. The more you do this, the better you feel. And it's not that we're doing this to feel good, but holy crap, it's a trade-off like none other. There is nothing like helping people in the world.
I say the same thing. It's very selfish. I give because it feels good, and it's a selfish feeling, you said it beautifully. You said it. So you've met Maya, right?
Oh yeah.
Many times?
Yes, we love Maya. Yeah.
Maya, are they like parents to you? Like second sets of parents?
I don't know if
definitely.
But that's the thing, is it's like even the little amount of time we've spent together, we have a bond like we don't have with people that we've spent tons of time together with. So
yeah. No, definitely quality time together. No, absolutely. Now, I want to ask a little bit about, you're a Montana wing leader, right?
Yes.
with Angel Flight West.
Correct.
Okay. So what are the requirements to participate with Angel Flight?
So I know what Angel Flight West is. There's 4 or 5 different Angel Flight organizations throughout the country. Northeast, which takes care of, New York, Vermont, Connecticut, that area up there. Angel Flight West takes care of the 11 Western. So I can speak to that. Every single branch has a website with qualifications and what have you. So I can tell you what, anybody watching on the West Coast, 250 hours of flying time after you get your PPL. You do not need commercial.
PPL is private pilots.
Yep. You do not need to have an instrument rating, which is a huge delusion because VFR, which is visual flight pilots, which is the basic first step of your license, is applicable and acceptable. You just don't fly if you're in conditions that require those extra licenses.
Right.
So once you have 250 hours insurance on your airplane, like you should anyways, you're good to go. You do a couple online courses, ask as many questions as you like. And the great part about this is it's at your convenience. It's your everything. If you are 99% sure that you're going to go due to weather, what have you, and you have that 1% doubt, you cannot go on that 1% because bottom line is there's no urgency. There's no rush. This is not life flight. This is follow-up appointments for, x-rays or, removing catheters or whatever, or, the cancer things. Mm-hmm. There's nothing that is urgent where somebody's going to be, hurt or ill if they don't make it. That's what life flight is for. So what's great about this is that if you work Tuesday through Saturday and you have every Monday off, guess what? You can fly one a week, one a month, and take the time out of that day to help somebody else. And you talk about selfishness. I get to fly an airplane and do this. I get to get out of my office. I am out of cell range. There's nothing better than being 12,000 feet in the air without the ability to anybody contact you about all the problems on Earth. So if you have a license and you have 250 hours, you're hurting yourself by not doing this because it is something that you will never forget. The people you meet, you will never forget. The bonds, the relationships, and everything with it. It's just a plus win-win. And, if anybody has any questions, you can throw my information on there as well. I'll answer anything because until you do it, the video is feel good. Everything's feel good. Once you do it, it's real and it actually affects your life in a way that you have no idea. I had no idea that I was going to be flying sick people around with an air. I had no idea I was going to fly. I started flying at age 45. So this has all come in the last 7-8 years and it's changed my life. And I know people out there looking for something, this is it.
Beautifully said. Yeah, beautifully said. And I can't even begin to imagine. I mean, you're helping people when they need you the most, and it just has to feel so good. I mean, Maya, how do you feel? I mean, all these people are there to help you. That has to feel amazing.
It feels good.
Yeah. It's like you don't feel like you're alone. Because so many times when people are going through, I know I went through breast cancer. That's my journey that I went through, that I traveled. And, I felt very alone in the beginning until I started, reaching out and meeting people that, also either went through it or could help me. But, you tend to, especially if you're living in an area where you're kind of secluded. I guess your guys are very spread out and hard to get around. And, so I can imagine that this has opened up a whole, for all of you involved, the 4 of you, a whole nother world, another family, big family, extended family for you.
Just imagine if you have a personal chauffeur, waiting for you whenever you had to go to the doctor's office. That's us, we end up building that relationship with them as we're chauffeuring them. And it's just an amazing way to just begin and keep those relationships going. You're just waiting for that text. Hey, I need to go next week. Awesome. I'll be there.
And listen, I know pilots love to fly. I mean, I loved it. I remember with my lessons, they say, hey, where do you want to go? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to fly. I want to get up in the air and fly. So at least here now you have a purpose also.
Well, also what it does, it also obviously keeps you proficient because you're always in the airplane. And also too, you're able to carry passengers because you're keeping that up to date as well, because that is something, as that you have to keep up. If you don't have passengers in the plane, for extended periods of time, you're not allowed to have a med at all. So flying one way with them, guess what? You're getting that proficiency, you're getting those hours in, and therefore you will never fall into that category.
So when you bring Maya to a doctor's appointment,
Mm-hmm.
do you wait for Maya to be done, or does someone else take her back?
Well, there's different scenarios. Maya's is usually 2 to 3 days. So, I'll fly to Spokane, then I'll come back home. And then when she's ready to come back, the other pilot will pick her up, bring her to Spokane. I'll come pick her up. There's also, for example, a little boy by the name of Troy, who he lives in Great Falls, which is about a 3-hour drive. In the winter, it's 4 to 5 hour drives. They were driving and making this trip 1 to 2 times a week and, going through the weather and everything else. And once they found out about us, it works for me because I'll leave at 6 a.m., go pick them up, have them here by 8 a.m. They go to their appointment. I go to work. They're done with their appointment. I go pick them up, and then I bring them home. So there's so many different scenarios, and we just make it work. And if I have to wait in Seattle all day, I don't care. I'll wait in Seattle all day. It's just a matter of getting out of the office, getting in the airplane, and enjoying the time that you're away and helping somebody while you're doing it.
I love the documentary, Joe. And I learned so much through that 12-minute, right? I think it was 12 minutes.
It's 12 and a half minutes. And, and the crazy thing is it took 3 years to make it, 70 hours of footage, and everybody involved with it. The cinematographer, the sound, the editor, there were so many people, and everybody donated their time to make this video just because it was so worth it. And it's just for, it helped so many families, and we desperately want to get those pilots. And we even put it on YouTube, which is free, just so people could share it, share the link, because they may know somebody who's a pilot, and they may know somebody, a family that could use the service.
It's funny because you answered the question I was going to ask. You're you're definitely a step ahead. I'm impressed. I was going to ask you, how long did it take? And because I know you have to take a lot of footage and you have to cut it down, you have to edit it. And, I'm kind of new into the film world also, and, just had a little part in a little film, which was exciting. And I've been learning a lot. And yeah, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes, and there's a lot of footage and a lot of editing.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so many people I brought on that we normally, with any other film, you would pay. But the minute they found out what this was about and why we're doing it, there was nobody would ever take $1. Everybody took out of their own pocket to make sure we got this film done. We got it done right, and we all agreed YouTube, so people could share the link. And the title of it, I know we haven't mentioned it, is Angels Do Fly West. So we really hope people that watch this will go to YouTube, watch the video, because they may know somebody. And it's a simple title, Angels Do Fly West.
Mm-hmm. Do angels fly east also?
They will fly anywhere you need it. We will find them.
North, south.
That's right.
And drive if you need to be on the ground.
Yep.
Right.
And drive. Exactly. Now I saw on Angels Do Fly West, right? Is that what it is? Angels. I did see on the documentary that you guys got awards. So
It's been
Keone
crazy.
and Michael, right? You got some awards. And what were those awards?
I am so beyond humbled and blown away, because this has just been the icing on the cake. We've had from Italy, we've had from Japan, the UK, Paris, France, New York City. I got the, I've seen several of them from New York City, Los Angeles. Michael, wasn't it 12 awards just came out of the festivals in Los Angeles? So it's just been, it's like, there's like 18 awards with another 10 nominations in the past year for this video. And like I said, Michael and I, we just sit there and look at each other, shake our heads and go, wow. It's just so humbling.
I think we actually eclipsed 21 global accolades.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's all because of her.
Her.
Her in that corner.
Maya, it's you, Maya.
Yeah.
Is Maya one of your first flights? I mean, is she one of the first people you took on a flight?
I started flying in 17. No, it was a year or so. There's a little girl by the name of Cannon out of Butte, Montana, who was my first love, if you want to call it. I constantly flew her, and we're still super, super close. And then it kind of just branched out to the point where you just more and more and more and more. And then Maya came along and became a part of it. There's a couple of different photos that are going around, and Troy, Maya, and Cannon are pretty much my kids. Those are the three that I've flown the most, that I've spent the most time with, and watched them grow up. I mean, it's been 5 years now, 4 or 5 years that I've watched these kids grow up. And Troy actually is 100% in remission. Yep. He's just this normal kid who's in second grade, third grade, and just killing it, having a great life, and just watching first grade. I think first grade. Yeah. Watching him, go through this excruciating time of his life, and then now at the point where he doesn't need me anymore. That's even better than flying. And the fact that Maya doesn't need the appointments that she needs, Cannon doesn't need the appointments she needs. It's awesome to fly, but it's even more awesome to not.
I totally agree. That's a great stopping point for this segment. So don't go anywhere. More when we come back after this commercial break.
TLC Senior Living Services. TLC's compassionate senior living specialists will assist you and your loved ones as you navigate these next steps in senior living. With years of experience in this industry, they know what to look for, and they know the questions to ask. TLC Senior Living Services will help find the most suitable living situation, will help find additional financial resources, and assist with the entire process. Cindy Seville, owner and founder, treats her clients with TLC. Yes, tender love and care. After working for various assisted living communities, Cindy decided to offer her wealth of knowledge to all seniors and their families. Cindy takes her time with you. She listens to you. She helps take the confusion out of your search and treats each and every client like family. Make TLC Senior Living Services your first call. Find out more at tlcseniorlivingservices.com.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
This is a sexy show. Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey. The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You like De Niro and Cape Fear. Counselor!
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl.
Wonderful.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is with Cindy Seville. We have Michael, we have Keone, we have Maya, and we have Joe. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Bye.
So let me ask you, who pays for these flights? Listen, the price of gas and oil and everything is skyrocketed. So How does that affect the fuel for your plane? And is this your plane?
Yes. Most pilots who do donate for their time in plane for Angel Flight, whatever branch it is, it's their own equipment. You donate every aspect of it, just like if you drive somebody in a vehicle. Price of a 100 low lead fuel has gone up, not as much as 87 vehicle, but it's still pretty expensive. The pilot takes everything. If you're into this, you're into this. There's no, I'll do it, but this, if you're in 100%, and you're donating your time, you're donating your fuel, you're donating your maintenance, aircraft, everything. So if you're not financially there, obviously it's not going to work for you, because the last thing we want to do is put people into a financial debt, volunteering their time and everything. But if they're in a position where they can afford, and let's say it between $200 and $500 a month, that's how much a flight is. Mm-hmm. Then go for it. But if it's not there for you, then, you know, it's not time yet. But if you are, you know, it's 100% tax write-off. There's, you know, everything good about it is there if it works for your budget.
So you said between $300 and $500?
Depending on your airplane. My airplane burns about 15 gallons an hour. You look at the price of fuel out there is about $5. So that's $75 an hour. Plus you have maintenance and everything else. You know, flying to Spokane and back is going to be 2 hours, but there's times where I've flown Billings. You know, I'll fly from Missoula to Billings to pick somebody up and then pick them up from Billings and bring them to Spokane, depending on my day. So it just depends on what you can afford, time, money, and aircraft.
Right. No, that's wonderful. You know, listen, owning a plane, you need to have the financial resources to own a plane. It's not inexpensive to own a plane, and you're right, the maintenance and the, you know, the everything involved. It's you know, I had actually, and I wish I could remember the name, I should have been more prepared, but I had met someone a number of years back. We dated for a short time, and he took me flying, and this is how I got interested in flying. I thought, oh my God, it's so easy. It's not easy. But you know, a good pilot makes it look easy.
A lot of improvising up there.
Yeah, but he took me to this incredible, you probably have gone to it, and it was in Washington, D.C., or in the surrounding area, and they do this annual awards night, and it's for pilots. It's all for pilots, and they recognize. You've been there. Okay, so you know
I
what
was awarded that last year, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, you were awarded?
Yeah.
Yeah, in December of last year, the what's it called?
National Aeronautics
Association. I was named one of the top 2 pilots in the country for volunteer.
Wow! Yeah. Oh, shivers! That's awesome.
The award's right behind me. In fact,
there.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, you know, I had met the second man to break this through the sound waves, or the sound
barrier.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, and he was awarded. He was he flew in the wars, and he was, you know, ambushed, and I mean, he was very cool. He's passed away, but I remember he was in a wheelchair. Very cool guy. And I met the last man to walk on the moon.
Wow.
Gene. Yeah, Gene something.
Yes, I've met him several times, and just a great guy.
Very cool.
Great guy. I was able to spend time with them afterwards at the after party, and he awarded, it was one of his best friends, and he's the one who gave the award to his best friend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was such an experience, and what a whole different world. I mean, you know, if you're not a pilot, you know, you don't know anything about it, but amazing people there, you know, and so I was lucky enough to be able to go to one of those events, a nice gala, you know, all dressed up, right?
You know, it was an eye-opener for us as well. You know, we went into this as, you know, volunteer pilots, thinking it was this small little thing, a couple people who fly their Cessnas around, and to be in the company of these generals, of these heroes, of the Doolittle Award recipients, and hearing about all the past issues and the past missions, and explaining how they won this award based on the success of these incredible top secret
life-saving
things going on right here. We don't have a clue what's going on. Nope.
It's so true. It's so true. So let me ask you, what do you plan to do, Joe, with this documentary?
You know, right now, we're just doing everything we can to get it. You know, we've had it out probably 10 months now. And even in 10 months' time, we are just still trying to spread the word to get it. What started out internationally is now we're getting the word out globally, as Michael had said a little while ago. And just, you know, just keep pushing it because it's relevant every month, every year. Nothing changes. It's just a very relevant movie to the needs of so many people worldwide. I've had a couple countries, one Greece and others, that learned about this, in like even Canada, and they want to look into starting their own Angel Flight organization just because of this video.
Wow. See, it's working right there. I mean, you're getting the word out. That's what this is all about, really. Getting the word out, you know, sharing, because I never heard of this, you know. I mean, thank God I don't need it, but what an amazing service to offer, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, is this all over the world?
It is
Hopefully
not.
it will be.
but
That's
it will.
the goal.
You know, and you talk about fuel prices and everything. You talk about somebody who has to drive from, say, Billings to Seattle with fuel being, $5, $6, $7 a gallon. And once they get to Seattle, the cost of hotels, the cost of food, and everything over there. You're talking about people who are from Eastern Montana, where the average cost of their salary is $25,000, $30,000. It's so essential. It's not even something, oh, we should. It's something they need because A, it's 2 days drive. B, it's too expensive. They have to get hotels on the way. It's life-changing. So if you have the ability to do it, you need to understand there's people out there that cannot go to the hospital, cannot take care of themselves because they don't have the time nor money to do it. So you're being a piece of a puzzle that is so huge in the whole scheme of this entire thing that, like I said, if you have the ability to do it, there's somebody out there who will jump in to your plane and go wherever, they need to go, and they'll take advantage of it.
Yeah. Do you plan another documentary, Joe? A follow-up?
I've been asked that so many times, and I'm never going to rule anything out. If something in this area pops up that really needs to be a new word or a new opportunity spreads, I'm never going to rule it out at this time, just because when you look at the United States, most of it is rural. Montana takes 2 days to drive across Montana. We go by hours, not by miles here.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and so it's something when you look at the Dakotas, Wyoming, Colorado, and how widespread it is. And there's so many small communities. I'm in a town called Hamilton, Montana, and it's probably one of the more average sized towns in Montana at 14,000 people. And it's hours to get anywhere from here. And so to have Michael fly down here and pick somebody up, take them to Seattle, it just saves so much time and comfort.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Maya, you've been quiet over there, Maya.
She's usually asleep by now.
No, she's got to hop in the back of your plane.
Yep.
Maya, what are your plans? What are you doing with your life now?
I'm not sure. I'm not going to school anymore because I'm not sure really what I want to do career-wise yet. But I've just been working and living on my own and making friends.
I think that sounds wonderful.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what are you doing for work?
I just work at a store.
Nice. Very nice.
Being a teenager and doing it very well.
Very nice. And you're living, that's good. You're living on your own. Good for you, girl. Good for you. That's wonderful. What did you ever think, Maya, maybe of volunteering with Angel? Am I saying this right? Angel West?
Angel Flight.
Angel Flight. Sorry. I don't know why Angel Flight. Okay. Angel Flight.
Yeah.
Maybe volunteering with them. Maybe you could start up something and hire her. You could be a spokesperson.
Well, maybe when I learn how to fly.
Tell you what, anytime you want to travel and be a spokesperson, I'll fly you there.
Yep.
See that?
She has been our star. She has been, I get so many questions all the time about how, Maya, and she really is the star of this. And she, from the first day I met her, when we started filming at Michael and Kiyomi's home, doing interviews, she touched my heart, and I knew this was the right thing to do.
Actually, I have something to add to that. We started the documentary, and we filmed probably 40, 50 hours of flying, interviewing, just really cool stuff that would keep you entertained for about 15 seconds. Once we brought Maya into it, it became what it is.
Totally changed.
So, we tried it without her. It didn't work. And once we brought in her story, we knew we had something special. We knew that it was going to touch lives. And we are so happy that, Joe asked me, what do we need? I'm like, you know what? I think I know the person who will make this thing happen. And man, oh man, did she ever.
And your mama.
And your mama.
And Carly,
I want to thank you both for putting yourself out there, because I know in Missoula, she was a star. People went through drive-thrus and it was working just to say hi to her.
Totally.
It's pretty awesome stuff. And I know you're still doing it now, and I appreciate it. You know, your life is moving on and you're still willing to do this for us. So thank you.
I brought in a producer and editor out of California that when we went through the footage when we were editing this, and the minute he saw Maya, he also said, this is exactly how we need to put this together, is base this story around her, because it really shows the true essence of not only the heart of these pilots, but how amazing of a connection these pilots and these clients and these angels get when they get to fly together, and even with the Earth Angels that get a chance to talk, you know, when they're transporting somebody to and from the airport.
I agree. I'll tell you, I think that if I watched the documentary without you in it, Maya, I don't think I would have been as touched, you know, and as moved by, you know, by your documentary. I mean, truly it moved me because I learned about your story. When you personalize things, you know, it really touches home. Now we have about a minute and a half left. What I would love to do is give all four of you an opportunity to let everybody know how to reach you, maybe what projects you have coming up. You know, give your information, your websites, whatever you want to give out. So Maya, let's start with you.
I don't really use Facebook. It's kind of overwhelming, but I don't know how to. You can reach me through Michael. He'll text me.
Okay.
If you get a hold of me, I'll get you in touch with Maya.
Perfect. Joe.
Well, right now, as you can see behind me, there's a Ferroplex Studios, and actually, Michael and I working together again on a new sci-fi comedy feature film, and that's why I'm down here now. We start filming in another week, you know, in between everything else that we're doing. So I've just been focusing on this next film and, you know, continuing to push Angels Do Fly West. You can find it on YouTube, Angels Do Fly West, and my entertainment company, Universal Spectrum's Entertainment.global.
Wonderful, wonderful. I want to be in your film.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be.
We would love to have you.
Come pick me up. Okay.
Right.
Now I know a pilot.
That's one of our goals is New York.
Yep.
I'll help you out here.
Right on.
I'll do what I can. Okay. Let us know how we can reach you.
Yeah, Joe.
Oh, I was just going to say, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Joe McNeil, MCNEAL. Like I said, Universal Spectrum's Entertainment.global. Joe at is my email. And so I get a lot of response that way there. People interested in finding out more about this video.
Awesome. 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 And if anybody forgets or you need me to reach you, I'll help too.
Awesome.
All right, you're up.
For me, super simple. Angel Flight Burks. There's my Instagram page. It's got everything you want to know about the documentary, about the program. You can look at past missions. You can contact me through there as well if you have any questions. I don't care how many. If there's 1 million pilots out there that want to know something, ask me. I don't care what part of the country, what part of the world you're in. If you're interested in doing this, I will answer any question you have.
Awesome. Awesome. And Kiyomi. I'm
an Earth Angel, so I drive for the organization. I'm the one that takes them to and fro the airport to the hospital. And what's my email? I don't know my email.
I don't know. I can get you to anybody if you go through the Facebook page.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. You guys are doing amazing things. Maya, I wish you all the best with your future. Listen, you're doing the right thing. You're living life. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Be careful. No broken bones, girl.
But like me.
And really, thank you all for joining us and sharing. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for helping us spread the word.
Thank you very much.
Truly my pleasure. And hopefully this will help all of you. So,
thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Stay tuned. When we come back, you will hear my final thoughts. Welcome back to It Is What It Is with Cindy Seville. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you learned something new. There are so many amazing people out there, so many amazing services. My final thoughts are, the world is full of opportunity to do good. Full of opportunity. If you have a special skill like these pilots do, I mean, not all of us can fly. Let me tell you, I thought it was easy. I tried it. It is not easy. There's a lot involved and a lot of thinking, you know. But I did have fun with it when I took my lessons. But if you have a special skill and you can give back to the community, give back to people who need, do it. You know, by all means, do it. So there's so many opportunities to do good, to do mitzvahs, mitzvot, many mitzvahs. Do them. Hashtag mitzvah time. It can impact your life in so many ways. And something that was said throughout the show, and something I've always said, is that giving can be selfish, and that's the best kind of give. When you give, you're selfish in a way because you feel so good in return. So be selfish and keep giving. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Live your life like a dreamer. Fly all over the world. Open your shell so the world can see. You're a beautiful pearl. Live your day like you mean it. And don't forget who you are. You're free to go